Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm Travis and today we're going to be listening to Usseewa. Now you've seen Ado on my channel quite a bit. I love her voice. It's so distinct and unique in its own way. To my understanding, this is her first single that she ever released. So I've never listened to it. I'm interested to listen to it and kind of see what it's about.
正しさとは愚かさとはそれが何か見せつけてやるちっちゃな頃から優等生気づいたら大人になってたナイフのような思考回路持ち合わせるわけもなくでも遊び足りない何か足りない困っちまうこれは誰かのせいあてもなくただ混乱するデイそれもそっか最新の流行は当然の把握経済の動向も通勤時チェック純情な精神で入社しは社会人には当然のルールですうっせぇうっせぇうっせぇわあなたが思うより健康です一切が細胞ようなあなたじゃわからないかもねああよく似合うそのかもなくわけもないメロディーうっせぇうっせぇうっせぇわ頭の出来が違うので問題はなしつっても私も半人間殴ったりするのはノーセンキューだったら言葉の中古をその頭に突きつけてわてら味やまない止まれやしない不平不満垂れて誰の果てサディスティックに変貌する精神クソだりーな酒が空いたグラスあればすぐに継ぎなさい皆がつまみやすいように串外しなさい体験や注文は政治を切る不分率最低限のマナーですうっせぇうっせぇうっせぇわどうせ口ふざけや限界です絶対絶対現代の代弁者は私やろがいもう見飽きたわ2番線時間なパロディうっせぇうっせぇうっせぇわ丸々と肉ついたその顔面にバツ私がすぐに言う天才ですうっせぇうっせぇうっせぇわあなたが思うより健康です一切が細胞ようなあなたじゃわからないかもねあつまだね何回聞かせるんだそのメモリーうっせぇうっせぇうっせぇわ私も大概だけどどうだっていいぜ問題はなし
Okay, that was pretty cool. I liked it. I mean, this is like her original, her first release, but it's interesting how like her newer songs have much more like intricate. I would say better. Her music videos are kind of becoming an intricacy and, you know, evolving. I think it's really cool. It's kind of cool to kind of see where she started with this song. Oh man, her voice is like none other, man. It really is. It's just I get so captivated just by it's like watching an anime when it comes to her music videos. It really is. It's so fun to kind of see the story unfold and I'm like, "Oh my god, she's going crazy." Like there's nobody with a voice that is so unique and just so interesting and dynamic. Look at that, dude. I'm really anxious to get into the lyrics of this song and try to understand and get an idea of this. Telling people to shut the fuck up, I'm like, oh my god, did she just say that? What is rightness? What is stupidity? I'll show you what they are. I was an honor roll student being young. Before I realized I was already grown up. Okay, so she was the ideal student that every parent would want, an honor roll student. Before I realized, I was already grown up. So even back in school, she realized that maybe she was ahead of her age. You know, maybe she felt like she was emotionally matured beyond her years. A train of thought like a knife, which I didn't have that with me. But I'm not having enough fun. Something is missing. Me personally, I never did good in school either. And school was like the least fun thing in the world. So, I mean, I feel like I'm not having enough fun. I mean, as an honor roll student, when your whole life is. And I mean, I know in Japan, they tend to be way more focused on their education than, you know, like here in America, in a sense. When I went to school, I slept through class. I didn't care about it. I didn't feel like school was teaching me anything of value. Yeah, I mean, I don't really blame you. Being an honor roll student, you know, you go to school for however many hours, you come home, you do homework for however many hours. You don't really have a lot of time to live your life and enjoy being young, in a sense, I would imagine. These troubles better are somebody's fault. I'm just confused today. Well, is that so? Understanding the latest trends, checking the stock market on my way to work, joining a company with the pure spirit, these are the obvious rules for us workers. Okay, so to kind of be the typical worker, you got to care about trends, you got to care about the stock market, you got to have a pure spirit, whatever that necessarily means. Meaning, like, you generally want to better the company, like you have pure intentions of bringing the company more profit or improving the company as a whole. Huh, shut up, shut the fuck up. I'm healthier than you think. You are too mediocre to understand me, perhaps. I'm healthier than you think. That could be interpreted in multiple ways, I suppose. You could be talking about physical health. Is she eating well? Is she taking care of herself physically? Is she eating the right foods? You could be talking about mental health. And I mean, I suppose if you're kind of telling people to shut up, they might think something's wrong with you. You know, you have a few screws loose in your head. You are too mediocre to understand me, perhaps. She's talking about kind of being the obvious rule of a worker. That's kind of the run-of-the-mill worker. Then she's talking about somebody else being too mediocre. Maybe this is kind of a song talking about you're kind of the run-of-the-mill person. There's nothing special about you. You are so perfect. Match to those ordinary melodies of yours. Huh, shut the fuck up. I deal with things differently, so no problem at all. So she's calling this person mediocre, and then those ordinary melodies of yours, and then dealing with things differently. It seems like she's kind of just talking about the run-of-the-mill people. You know, maybe it kind of sounds like she's kind of saying everybody's the same, you know, in the sense that, like, there's nothing that makes you unique. You're just mediocre. You're just like everybody else. Yeah, I'm an exemplary person, so no thanks to actually punching someone. If I'll point my muzzle of words to your head and fire, wouldn't that be so crazy? I can't stop. If I point my muzzle of words to your head and fire, it kind of sounds like she's saying that if I was to let you know how I genuinely feel, like if I was to like let you know what I really think, wouldn't that be crazy? Like you wouldn't be able to handle that. Complaining and complaining till you die, my spirit becomes sadistic. She's kind of just saying all you do is complain. You're just that's all you're good for. It's just complain until you die. You don't do anything about it. You just complain about everything. Wow. I'm fucking tired. Pour drinks when glasses are empty. Take off the skewer so it's easier for everyone to eat. Check and order before anyone does. These are the minimum rules for the social manner. You know, she talks about the minimum rules for the social manner, and then up here she talks about the obvious rules for workers. So it kind of sounds like she's saying, okay, these are the expectations that we're expected to do. What everybody kind of follows, and these are the norm. And when she says I'm fucking tired, it sounds like she's tired of following these social norms. She doesn't like following these social norms. She doesn't want to be like everybody else. She's tired of following these rigid societal norms thrown upon her. Huh, shut the fuck up. Close your stinking mouth. I can't stand it. I am the modern spokesperson. Just shut the fuck up with your bullshit. I'm fed up with those rehashed parodies of yours. Shut the hell up. Draw an X on your fat face. I am the modern spokesperson. Maybe she could just be saying that she's a modern spokesperson for possibly her generation, saying that, you know, she's not gonna deal with the bullshit of, you know, if we go out, I'm expected to do these certain things. Like, if we go out, I'm expected to, pour drinks when glasses are empty. I'm expected to take the skewer off. If I'm a worker, I'm expected to check the stock market, join a company with a pure spirit, understand the latest trends. Like, she's saying that I'm the spokesperson, that we're not going to be like everybody else. We're not just going to do what we're expected to do. We want to be different. We want to be unique. We don't want to have to follow these social norms. We want, to have a little bit more individual kind of freedom in a sense. We're tired of society telling us we have to do this to fit into society. That's kind of what I'm kind of interpreting, not have this social burden on her. How many times do I have to listen to those memories of yours? Shut up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. I know I'm not a big deal either, but I don't care, no problem at all. How many times do I have to listen to those memories of yours? Kind of makes me think she's referring to an older person. Maybe this older person is like telling her, oh, back in my day, this is how we used to, just kind of going along with like social norms. Like, oh, back in my day, we were expected to do this or do this, and she's tired of hearing it. I know I'm not a big deal either, but I don't care. No problem at all. I mean, she's saying she's not really anybody special. It could just kind of be from the perspective of like, oh, well, why don't you follow these trends? Do you think you're special? Do you think you're better than anybody? Maybe society is trying to claim that, oh, you think you're special because you won't follow the social norms that, is expected of you as like a worker or going out to eat, social manners. Like, why don't you follow these trends? Do you think you're better than us? Do you think you're better than society? It could just be kind of along those lines. She's kind of saying she's not special, but she doesn't care. She doesn't want to follow this. She doesn't want to be special. She just doesn't want the burden of following these social norms. I mean, that's kind of how I'm interpreting these lyrics. Now, there's going to be a little confusion because I don't know Japanese societal norms. I don't know things expected of workers. All I know is like she doesn't want to have to follow these typical things that everybody feels the need they have to follow. She wants a little bit more individuality and wants to do her own thing. So, I don't know, that's kind of how I'm interpreting it. Maybe I feel like I'm somewhat in the ballpark, but there's going to be a cultural difference I'll never understand. I imagine you guys will have to let me know from a native Japanese person's perspective on how these kind of correlate, how accurate these things she's mentioning are, how you interpret them, and I'm sure it's probably a huge difference based off a generation. If you're part of the older generation, you're probably not going to like this song. If you're part of the younger generation, you're going to say, okay, I like this because I don't want to have to be like my dad or my grandparents and follow these rules. It's just a generational difference as well. So you guys will have to let me know, but hopefully I did okay with the lyric breakdown. I like her voice. I love her. I love her music videos. She's so different. I look so forward to, introducing more of her music to the channel. She's definitely going to be a reoccurring person on my channel for sure. I think this is probably my 4th song of hers so far. I like her music a lot, so all of her music's 10 out of 10 for me. Definitely let me know. I definitely recommend more auto music if you want to, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.